Hello everyone, my name is Amadeus Ryan, and today I'm going to tell you about my project for ESP final exam, which is autonomous vehicle as a means for public transportation. So my concept of the autonomous vehicle is this. This is an electric wheelchair. Of course, it is manually driven with with a handle that you can see on the right hand side of the wheelchair. And an electric wheelchair is, of course, manually driven and not autonomous, but we can change that into something that is autonomous by adding some sensors and some AI technology. And then we can also, my concept is that this electric wheelchair will be converted into something that can hover. Now, hovering itself is something that uh, uses some kind of technology that some already exist in this real world, such as this. This is an air hover tram that is used in a hospital in Netherlands, if I'm not mistaken. And then there's also this. This is also some kind of a hover technology, but this is using magnet instead of air. Now this is called maglev or magnet levitation, and this already exists in China and some countries in Europe. Now, with this kind of hover technology, we can technically apply this kind of technology to any kind of vehicle. For example, we've already seen hover cars in some science fiction movies, and we've already seen a lot of hover vehicles in those kind of movies. And so I'd like to think about what if we change this electric wheelchair to something that can actually hover and self-drive it by itself. Now, the most possible way I think is to use the air hover system, which is basically using air to propel the vehicle upwards and then forward. So it can self-drive using the power of air, so it's more reliable than using a magnet, because if you are using a magnet, then you have to actually create a track as a guide lane for the wheelchair, for the vehicle to drive itself. But with air, we can basically hover with, I'm sorry, I mean hover to any direction that we want. Of course, to be eco-friendly, my idea is to make this hover wheelchair to be powered by electricity, so it can be recharged at any time. So the infrastructure we need will be a charging station, which is to supply power to the electric wheelchair, and maybe we can add a little um, solar panel in on this hover wheelchair to be able to conserve a little more energy. As for the routes, I think that since hover wheelchair can, of course, hover, which means it can fly a few meters above the ground. I think that it won't need any routes, so it can free roam inside of the city, and with this we can reach our destination more quickly than the conventional vehicles. But of course, public transportation has to be profitable for the government, so we would have to find a suitable price to attract the public opinion about the hover wheelchair, and also to maintain the sustainability of the economical that we are going to face. As for the human resource, I think that I'm going to combine this with the funds problem. So to make this concept to be a successful project and actually be able to make it, I think that first of all, of course, as mentioned in the topic, that we would need a lot of money, and this is not a joke. It's real. Creating a new vehicle that is high tech is something that will be very expensive. So to do that, first of all, about funds, I think that because this hover wheelchair project is going to be a public transportation, it means that it's going to be owned by the government. So my idea is to uh, propose the idea to the government, and so we can get some help and funding by the government. If it is approved, then it's good. We get some monetary help, and then we can also appeal to the people that this kind of public transportation is needed, so that we can reduce private vehicles, so that we can reduce emissions and the fossil fuel problems that we are currently facing. And by appealing, we can get some kind of attention and maybe some monetary help by fundraising with the help of fundraising websites available online, or maybe we can just create a new website specifically for the people to donate to us directly using our own developed website. And of course, as the creator or the designer of this project, I think that I should also contribute myself. So if by any chance I get a good job or a great payment of a job, then I guess I can also contribute myself by donating my own money to the project. And of course, I will not be able to do it alone, so it will be a group project, or maybe even a larger group involving the government to be working together with us, because once again, this is a public transportation that is meant for the government, for the people, not public transportation that is owned by a private company, because that is basically contradictive to the definition of a public transportation, because a public transportation is owned by the government, not a private company. If it is owned by a private company, then it is not a public transportation anymore. It is just a mean for the company to get some money, some profit for themselves, not for the people. And I guess that is all from me. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. By the way, I forgot to add that uh, about the self-driving part, that it will be like the kind that we see on online application. We can enter our location and then our destination, and then the hover wheelchair will come to us, pick us up, and drive us to our destination. And will also be available in both one seater and two seater, because I want to make this a small vehicle that is comfortable for those who are basically introvert, or guess having an awkward situation to talk to strangers. And so I would like to make it available for those person that is shy around strangers. But we can for example, if you have 6 or 8 people that wants to go to the same location, of course we can adjust the price for that, because we can add something to detect if there's a lot of people of the same group that wants to go to same place together. So we can add that to our application.